And we're here with our longtime member Craig to look at some of his cars. Craig has a couple of Rolls Royces here that he's going to talk about. We also have a couple of Bentleys for later. So Craig, can you tell us a little bit about this Rolls?
Well, this was my first toy. It's a 1934 Rolls Royce Phantom II. Originally, they only built about 20 of these, and I don't know how many of them, if any, are still alive. No more than 3 or 4, probably. This is an authorized replica, authorized by the Rolls Royce company, and it uses a Ford Windsor engine. These were manufactured in the Philippines, and they only built about 20 of them. I know where 3 of them are in Los Angeles, but those 3, somebody filed off the engine numbers, so they cannot ever go on the road.
Now, I remember, Craig, when you retired and moved from California to Indiana, how did you get the car to Indiana?
Well, we had 3 cars on a car carrier. This one, our 50 Bentley, and I forget what I had a Sebring at the time. And those came on a car carrier separately. And we had a 1960 Bentley also at that time, brown on gold, and that car has since been sold. We had this car completely reupholstered, painted. I just put this wire wheels on it last summer.
Love the wire wheels. Those are really beautiful with the wide white wall tires.
Somebody had screwed up the wood on the console and had replaced it with pine. So we had that removed and had it replaced with mahogany, which is what the dashboard is, so that everything matches. We had new stereo put in with speakers on the sides, right behind the seats.
Yep.
There, you can see the speaker.
Yep. It's kind of hidden behind there, but I bet that works great.
Works fine. And then we had them make us a princess pillow.
There you go, your parade car.
This is for the parade, for the princess to sit on and wave to the crowd. And there have been quite a few up there, believe me.
That's great.
Jeff and I drove this in the Los Angeles Pride Parade many times.
Well, it's a beauty.
Then,
and then next door, we've got
the car next
another
door
Rolls.
Is a 1975 Rolls Royce Corniche convertible.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
It has, this is all original components. This is the original color and the original top. It's a replacement top, but it matches the original. The upholstery is all original, as is all the woodwork. And you can see inside, still has the lamb's wool carpet.
Nice, that's beautiful. I love the wood. The wood grain is amazing.
Rosewood and walnut.
And then the ignition is interesting. It's in the center of the dash.
Yeah. Rolls Royces, they almost all are.
Is that right?
And even the 50 Bentley that I have, it has the same ignition. And it's the lights, the ignition, and all in one unit.
Okay.
This is 1975 was the big year for me. It's the year I graduated from law school, the year I got married. So,
well, it's a beauty. The top on this almost just, it's such a great convertible top. It almost doesn't look like a convertible.
yeah, they did a good job. They did a good job on this stuff. It took almost a year under COVID to get the materials for the top. We had shipping problems. Cross-Atlantic shipping almost stopped. And the convertible top was in a container somewhere in the Atlantic, but we didn't know where. And it sat, apparently that ship sat in port for almost 6 months before it was unloaded. So it took from November of 19 until Christmas of 20.
Wow.
Before we got the car put together. And then they couldn't, they had to bring in an expert to put the headliner in.
And now, can you tell us where you have the Rolls worked on? Where are the mechanics?
And believe it or not, locally.
For the top and all?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
In fact, outfit company called Schweitzer and Company, auto repair place here in town, did all the work. They did the paint, they did the top, they did the motor. The motor had some extra, for some reason, had some extra wires in it that nobody could figure out what they were for, and it turned out they were just laying there loosely. But the mechanic was freaked out about it for about 2 days before he realized that they weren't attached to anything.
Well, it's a beauty. I love the hood ornament here.
The Spirit of Ecstasy.
It's beautiful.
There are about 20 different kinds of those. You can tell, look at the difference between this one and the one on the 34.
So we go over here.
That's an original 34 Spirit of Ecstasy there. And it's bigger and more, there's more volume in the wind blowing the wings or the drapery.
Exactly. When you see them together, you can really tell that. So this is a 75.
In 35, after 35, the Spirit of Ecstasy was kneeling until about 1951 or 2.
And then they stood it back up, and it's similar. Yeah. It's just a different size.
Yeah. And on the new Rolls Royces, it disappears. It's electronic. You push a button, and it disappears because it gets stolen.
Makes sense. Well, they're beautiful. 2 beautiful cars.
And also, for the period up to around 2000, 2002, it became illegal to have a standing hood ornament because the danger of it flying out and hitting somebody in a crash.
Sure.
And so my 02 Bentley does not have a standing hood ornament.
Wow. Thanks, Craig.